Why hello there, and welcome back. I'm Doseku, and this is Daydreaming Derpy. When we last left off, we rolled into a club, beat up on some dubstep, and possibly salvaged the relationship between, is it Octavia and Vinyl Scratch, who may or may not be a couple depending on the shippers. So, today we're going to move on to our next dream quest. Now, it's been a long time since we played last, so a little bit of recap may be in order here. We are essentially doing all this because Dr. Hooves thought it would be a good idea for us to go into people's dreams and collect data. While we're there, we're also essentially just, fixing people's problems. Understandably, we are indeed stepping into the territory of what Princess Luna normally handles, but she's not here at the moment. So let's move into this detective door and see what lies behind it. Oh yes. Now all these dreams are usually personalized to a particular pony. In this one, I don't actually remember her name. I know we ran into her in the real world or the awake world. I think she was the lady that gave us our temp job thing. You know, the one where we sat at a desk and fought files? Joining us on the quest currently is Sweetie Belle, the sister of Rarity. I kinda like the serious look she puts on as soon as she puts on her detective garb. It's pretty cool. So, I'm going to take the case because I am indeed up for some adventure. You definitely are, lady. Now, if you look at the edges of the screen, you'll notice it looks a little bit like a... oh, crud. I didn't expect to run into her here. Alright. So we gotta beat up on these people so we can get a picture taken. Just like it was in the... was it mansion? Yeah, that's right. The last time we saw these guys was way back in... Diamond Tiara's dream. And as always, our construction worker outfit is by far the strongest outfit we have. Although the mod roller doesn't do... well, actually no, it still does a whole lot of damage. Our regular attacks probably do, 25 less HP than that one does? Alright. So for detective stuff, we got J'accuse, Dirty Files, and, well, Fisticuffs is our only one that's an actual attack. Everything else will produce some kind of status effect. Ow. Ugh. So, I don't know who's healing photo finish. It looks like the eyeliner is though, so we're gonna have to deal with her. Oh gosh, Sweetie Belle's almost dead. We may have to do something about that. But first, we gotta get rid of our threats, which right now is eyeliner. Come on, we can do this. Smash! All that's left now is photo finish. And she's down. Ooh, a snapshot. Okay. That's not a good shot, but I guess it works. Let's go to floor 1. Hey look, it's our kid. Let's save. Yeah, but before we do, let's talk. Okay. Now I'm kind of curious as to what book Mrs. Harshwindy gave us. I mean, we're obviously not going to see it in game, so there's no real way to tell what was actually in there. And of course, this person is just too busy to talk to us. Fun fact, she actually won't say anything to us at all. She'll just repeat, "I'm too busy," and let it be at that. Now who's this dopey looking person? So, let's try telling the... well, let's try lying first. You know what? I don't like his answer. So, we'll make him move aside. Oh, that's right. He's bulk bicep. Jeez. And yes, his cutie mark is indeed a set of dumbbells. And yes, he is not the smartest person on the block. Oh, 90. Hey, we poisoned him. Perfect. So, at one point, it could be considered faster for us to just, you know, bop him instead of using powers all the time. Especially since we don't necessarily change our abilities. We just keep using the same moves over and over. Yeah, he's still poisoned. We can handle this. So, what else do we have, though? Ooh, Melbear. Perfect. So, one of the reasons I chose this is because I wanted to see what our new abilities are, since all our classes level up with us, right? And we did pick up a couple new ones, like Package Drop and Greeting Cards. Greeting Cards is actually fairly useful to us because it gives us the ability to do a team heal. By the way, Fisticuffs is only marginally stronger than a Bop. Not too much stronger, just marginally. That's alright. We just beat him up for fun, so let's heal, and then actually do what we came here to do, and that's deal with noise complaints. But first, let's check out the view of Manhattan. It's a cool little view. I suppose since it's there, we may be coming back to it later. But, for now, we have ruffians we have to beat up upon. Uh-oh. That face. Alright, and these are our enemies for this stage. They are called Smooth Criminals. They are a pain in the butt because they have a very, very high evasion rating, and they like to throw out yakus like nobody's business. So since we're dealing with musical themed bad guys, especially since I saw like the musical note outside the door, I thought we'd throw on the ponytone costume for a little bit and see if that gets us anything. Unfortunately, a ponytone costume severely hampers our ability to fight, considering we can do a consistent 60 to 70 with construction worker, while ponytone gives us 26 to 30, which is nowhere near enough needed to defeat these guys. At least not within a timely fashion. I also just remembered I should have gone out and farmed for money so I can actually stock up on healing items. It's a well-known fact that the boss battles in this game usually give me a run for my money and force me to use a whole bunch of healing items. Well, hopefully things won't go so bad today. Alright, we're almost there. Come on. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, a hurry enough just for us to beat them up. Ooh, what's this? Huh. Okay. The House of Enchanted Comics presents The Mysterious Merry-Go-Well Inn. The Attack of the Sewer Sludge #1. I'm already liking the music for this. And these look to be a variant on the bubbles we faced back in the tutorial stage. Oh. There seems to be a lot of them here. Well, what do we have? Roast darts? And no other uniform. Let's see what a bop does. Oh. Oh dear. I do not like that, so let's use a smoke bomb and wipe them all out. Like that. Heck yes we did. A lone gator. Ooh, nice. And he's got a little bit of an existential crisis to talk to us about. I'm going to ignore that and we'll proceed forward. Yeah, let's pop it. At this point, I'm just going to say straight out that for the majority of these fights, I'm going to use a smoke bomb whenever I can. It takes them all out in one hit, and then saves me the trouble of having them hit back multiple times. What a wordless plaything of the elements? Okay. Yeah, let's explode this. path has opened. Perfect. Now the smoke bomb does take 20 MP to utilize, so fairly soon I may have to find a way to bring it back up. Another gator. And with more explosives. What the heck? Okay. You know what, gators? You continue being you. So it looks like we have to get past these barrels here. And, of course, there's a path. Now, I should mention that there is a side area dream that we cannot access until we deal with all the Well quests. So there may be more than one of these around. I do not recall what the requirement was, but we are definitely going to try to go for it. I'm curious if we're going to run into Well dream, considering that, well, the Well is actually not a single pony. It's an amalgamation of a lot of them. Each one donning the disguise at a different time. It's also why she wears a mask that covers her face, or covers her entire head, so you never know who's really in there. And funnily enough, all the items that we carried with us with our main party, of course, transferred over to the comic book character. It probably would have been cool had the game just gave Meridowell her own set of items, and then had us keep our own set, but oh, whatever. It's a minor little detail. And it looks like we reached the end of Volume 1, with the knowledge that something is following us within the sewers. But we'll find out in Volume 2. Friend or foe? We don't need to read it. So, at this point, I'm actually kind of curious. Are there more volumes within each of these rooms? There's only one way to find out. So let's save our game, let's go back up to floor 2, and let's put an end to these noise complaints. Yeah, that didn't work with the first room, so we're gonna try something a little different here. Let's let an actual adult try to reason these things out. Oh. The plot kind of thickens. So that's an interesting little note. We're here to put an end to noise complaints that someone decided to initiate themselves. But the question is, who would come by and tell these guys to get rowdy? We really haven't seen any other pony here besides us, and who I assume to be Mrs. Harshwing. Is it possible that she's the one telling people to make noise so she can have somebody come in and, well, fix her problem? Yeah, who would? This is kind of a mystery now. I guess the argument could be made that Bulky Biceps is the one telling people to make noise. But he is not smart enough to act alone. If he indeed was the pony, or was the person doing all this, there would still have to be a master behind him. Which again, only leaves one person. The only other person we've spoken to. Yeah, so these guys here, they're actually not going to give up without a fight. So we're just gonna whoop up on them. Violence does indeed solve everything. Ah, crud. They invented the steamroller. Who does that? Oh well. Again, bopping is a lot quicker than going through our abilities and using them. Huh. Alright, so this line of dialogue could indeed tell us that, well, Bulky Biceps was the one beating people up, or at least telling them to make noise. But again, he's not smart enough to be able to do this kind of scheme on his own. There has to be somebody behind him. Oh well. We did all we could, so perhaps the mystery mastermind is behind the door he was guarding. And of course, she's still too busy. Huh. There's no one in here. Oh, wait. What's this? Well, that's not much of a challenge. We actually know where the roof is. Yeah. I mean, it's the only other room in the building. Nah. So let's go up, make one more save, and finally face the mastermind behind this whole deal. Alright, we are ready. Let's do this. Oh, sorry, wrong floor. Alright, we are ready. Let's do this. Alright, that makes a little bit more sense. She indeed would be capable of causing the mayhem that we had to deal with for this area. In fact, she might not even need Bulky Biceps for this, since she would be able to handle that kind of work herself. But now we reach the question of who we're actually helping here. Because usually, these things are the manifestation of the person's dream that we're entering, right? And if it wasn't Mrs. Harshwinny, and the way these two are interacting, it's obvious we're in Sweetie Belle's dream. And now we're at the boss fight against Inferiority Complex. She's actually not that hard. I never really mentioned what Lurk does. Essentially, it gives us the status effect of not being able to be hit for a short term until we do get hit. So I think what it actually does is just give us a status effect that increases our evade rating to a high degree until the enemy is lucky enough to hit us. And then it goes away. Jesus. So we're gonna have to do something pretty serious here. Sweetie Belle is taking heavy hits, and none of us have the ability to heal outside of putting on the Milmer suit. So, for this fight, we actually do need Derpy to become a white mage for a short term, until we can bring the HP level up to where we need to be for Sweetie Belle. Or Sweetie Belle can just end the fight for us. Thanks for that. I guess I can kind of see what she's talking about when she's talking risque, but I do not know. I mean, yeah, there's a little violence here, but that's nothing we haven't seen before in any of the dreams we brought her along into. Heck, we didn't even get a choice to make to give our own inputs for that. That was kind of lame. Oh well. So this looks like a good place to stop for today. So, thanks for watching, and join me next time as we enter a new dreamscape. I'll see you there. Bye.